I couldn't believe our luck when my girlfriend came rushing through the door of our one-bedroom apartment on that August day in 2005. We were both fresh high school graduates, just 18 years old, with our whole life ahead of us. She had always dreamed of being an actress, and her beauty and talent made it seem like a realistic goal. Throughout high school, she had been a cheerleader and had participated in several school dramas, so it wasn't surprising that she wanted to pursue acting. As for me, I was still trying to figure out my path in life. College didn't really seem to appeal to me, so I had stuck with my job at McDonald's, content to follow my girlfriend's lead. But that day, everything changed. Bursting with excitement, she announced that she had landed a minor role in a famous box office movie. It was incredible news. She would only say 2 lines, but for us, it felt like a huge step towards achieving her dreams. She told me that a customer at Hooters had promised her a role and had even provided her with a ticket to fly to St. Vincent and the Grenadines for filming. Naively, I didn't question how she had managed to secure such an opportunity. That night, we went out with friends to celebrate. We were one step closer to the glitz and glamour of Hollywood. She wanted me to accompany her on the trip, so she called the mysterious benefactor, and he graciously purchased a ticket for me as well. I had never seen her happier, and her joy was contagious. When we arrived in St. Vincent and the Grenadines, we stayed in an extravagant hotel for 4 days. It was a whirlwind of excitement. During 2 of those days, she was away filming her scenes, but I didn't mind. I made the most of my time, enjoying the beautiful beaches and soaking up the sun. The remaining days felt like non-stop vacation. We indulged in beach outings, attended parties, and even had the chance to meet some celebrities who were involved in the movies. It was a surreal experience, and it only fueled our desire for the glamorous lifestyle of the film industry. After we returned to Pennsylvania, we couldn't shake the allure of that world. We knew we had to make our way to Los Angeles for her to pursue her dreams in the movie business. During her time in St. Vincent and the Grenadines, she had managed to network with important people. Also, she said, as soon as we were back in Pennsylvania, we took the $15,300 we had received from her movie role and used a small portion of it to secure a cheap apartment in Los Angeles. Our hearts were filled with hope and anticipation as we embarked in this chapter of our lives. As the days turned into months, my girlfriend struggled to find a significant movie role in Los Angeles. Every morning, she would wake up early to attend auditions, hoping for a breakthrough. However, all she seemed to get were minor roles in advertisement for local businesses, with meager pay that was nowhere near what she had earned from her small part in Pirates of the Caribbean. The money we had saved was slowly dwindling as she had to invest in new clothes and headshots for auditions, realizing the need to support herself. I managed to find a job at a fast food restaurant. It wasn't glamorous, but it was a means to start making money before our savings ran out. I witnessed the hopes and dreams fade in her eyes each day when we returned home. Weighed down by rejections and disappointments, she was experiencing the harsh reality of the movie business and the cutthroat competition in Los Angeles. In our small town in Pennsylvania, she had been considered the most beautiful girl. But here in Los Angeles, beauty was a common sight. As time passed, nearly a year went by, and she still hadn't landed a significant role. The closest she got was a position as a model in a mall, which felt like a massive step down from her aspirations. However, it was enough to pay the bills, albeit barely. During that time, I finally found my own path in life as a fitness trainer. I took on 2 jobs, working at a restaurant and training multiple clients, trying to provide stability and support. Our lives became so busy that we rarely see each other. We were both engulfed in our own respective pursuits, and our dreams of making it to the box office seemed to fade further away with each passing day. The reality of the entertainment industry had taken its toll on my girlfriend's spirit, and I could only watch as she confronted the harsh truth that success in Hollywood wasn't as easily attainable as we had once believed. A few months later, my girlfriend had managed to run through all the money with her extravagant spending. We were struggling to make ends meet, and I became increasingly frustrated with her for spending our savings faster than we could replenish them. One day, while going through her purse to find something, I stumbled upon $1,500. I couldn't help but ask her how she had acquired the money. She seemed taken aback but explained that a photographer she had met at the mall had invited her for a photo shoot at his mansion. I questioned why she hadn't mentioned it to me, and she simply responded that she had intended to, but had forgotten. Curiosity piqued. I inquired about the nature of the photo shoot. She assured me that there were legitimate pictures of her trying out various outfits, and the photographers were professionals. Why I harbored some suspicions, I didn't consider the possibility of exploitation or unsavory intentions, given our naive understanding of the industry and the willingness for people in Hollywood to pay for almost anything. Intrigued, I asked her if she had any of the photos to show me. However, she explained that the producers typically don't provide copies of the photos, and it would take some time before anything would come out from the shoot. In my novice mindset, I accepted her explanation without further questioning. This pattern continued for over the next 2 years, during which it became a norm for her to come home in the middle of the night. She claimed that she was getting paid to go to clubs and sit in the VIP section, assuring me that was all she had to do. Alternatively, she would say that certain producers prefer shooting auditions and scenes at night. As her late-night excursion became more frequent, I grew increasingly uncomfortable with the situation. I worried about her safety and the company she kept. She would reassure me that she wasn't the only girl involved in such activities, as many of her friends were also getting paid for similar arrangements. Suspicion began to creep in my mind when I noticed the kind of friends she was keeping. Most of them were the types one might see in adult movies, but at the time, I simply assumed that they were models. It wasn't until we started having arguments about her coming home late at night that my concerns intensified. She would claim that she didn't control her work schedule. It was the producers who determined where and where she needed to be. I tried to rationalize it, thinking that certain producers might prefer shooting at night, and it all seemed to make sense in my limited understanding of the industry. However, one day, while I was taking a smoke break outside our apartment, a man driving a large SUV dropped her off in front of our building. It was a moment that shattered my illusion and made me question the reality of her late-night activities. After witnessing my girlfriend being dropped off by the SUV, I couldn't bring myself to confront her right away. Instead, I retreated into the house and observed her through the blinds as she entered. It was then that I made up my mind to secretly follow her the next time she went out on a Friday night, determined to uncover the truth about her activities. When the following Friday arrived, she went out with her friends, and I discreetly followed her. She ended up at a club where the line was long. However, the club promoter allowed my girlfriend and her friends to bypass the line and enter. Determined to find out what she was up to, I had to bribe the bouncer generously to gain access to the club. As I stepped inside, my eyes scanned the crowd, searching for her. Eventually, I spotted her at the VIP section, socializing and enjoying drinks with her friends, just as she had described. Nothing appeared inappropriate or suspicious. I stayed there for a while, growing tired, and eventually decided to leave. I continued to question the identity of the man in the SUV. It turned out to be a nothing burger when I found out that it was an Uber Black, making me feel foolish for suspecting infidelity. I scolded myself for my paranoia, convincing myself that everything was fine as I carried on with my daily life. During that time, I was working as a fitness trainer and also involved in multi-level marketing, selling health supplements and insurance. I was earning enough to cover the rent and expenses on my own as my girlfriend became increasingly secretive about her finances. However, I started noticing behavioral and physical changes in her. She would occasionally act aggressively towards me, only to apologize later, claiming that she hadn't meant it. She began hiding her money and failing to contribute her fair share, leaving me puzzled about where it was all going. Although I brushed off these concerns, I couldn't ignore the fact that she had started losing a significant amount of weight. She eats very little, remained excessively alert, and experienced difficulty sleeping, often crashing for long hours at a time. Worried about her health, I made efforts to ensure she ate properly, attributing her behavior to stress. But then, one night, I woke up to find her missing from our bed. I heard some noises coming from the bathroom, and the feeling of unease prompted me to investigate. To my shock, I discovered my girlfriend snorting a line of white powder in the bathroom. She tried to hastily cover it up when she noticed me, causing the powder to spill onto the floor. Her focus was solely on salvaging the spilled substance, resembling a beggar frantically grasping at scattered dollar bills. It was a turning point in our relationship. She immediately apologized and we cried together. She promised to seek help and go to rehab as soon as possible. I felt as though she had come all this way to Los Angeles only to lose herself. Unbeknownst to me, this marked the moment when a promising young woman with dreams of becoming a movie star succumbed to drug addiction. True to her word, the following day, she went to rehab for a month. She seemed remorseful and sincere, hopeful that she would emerge from this dark chapter in her life, stronger and determined to reclaim her dreams. After my girlfriend completed her time in rehab, she returned home with a renewed sense of strength and determination. I was relieved to have her back, especially as my birthday was approaching. We had always had a big deal about each other's birthdays, trying to outdo one another by making it special. On one particular day, she came home and dropped her handbag next to me before heading to the bathroom. My curiosity got the better of me, and a few days before my birthday, I decided to snoop through her handbag. To my surprise, I found a CD labeled Pilot. Filled with anticipation, I inserted it into the DVD player, expecting it to be something related to me, or perhaps a movie audition she had gone for. What I witnessed on the screen left me utterly shocked and enraged. The footage depicted my girlfriend being recorded by a man as she seductively undressed and engaged in explicit adult content. I couldn't believe what I was seeing. I stormed into the bathroom where she was taking a shower and unleashed my anger, demanding an explanation as to why she was involved in such activities. When she emerged from the shower, she was trembling and apologizing, confessing that it was supposed to be a one-time thing, but had spiraled out of control. I couldn't comprehend her words. I asked her how long she had been involved in this industry, and she admitted that it had been on and off for over a year. My confusion deepened as she struggled to provide an accurate count of how many times she had done it, indicating that the frequency had blurred the lines. What stunned me even more was the realization that the dates and time stamped on the videos matched with the period she was supposed to be in rehab. While I thought she was seeking help, she had been busy shooting adult content for money. She confessed that she had become hooked on drugs, and that explained how she had been spending her money. The weight of her issue became overwhelming, and I knew that I couldn't fix her. With a heavy heart, I made the difficult decision to end the relationship. I packed my belongings and moved out of our apartment, seeking refuge with a friend. I cut all contact with my ex-girlfriend, focusing on my work as a fitness trainer and multi-level marketer. During my time in multi-level marketing, I had managed to save a significant amount of money before the company was exposed as a pyramid scheme and shut down by the authorities. I decided to invest my savings in opening a gym, but the cost in California was too steep. Instead, I opted to join the Planet Fitness franchise and opened a smaller gym in my hometown in Pennsylvania. Before leaving California, I called my ex-girlfriend to inform her of my departure. Despite our breakup 6 months earlier, we still share a deep connection. We both cried over the phone as she expressed feeling of abandonment, stating that I had brought her to California only to leave her when she needed me the most. I had no response to her words, and we reminisced about our youths and the dreams we had once shared. Returning to my hometown, I established the Planet Fitness Center. Business started picking up, and I found a serious girlfriend who brought happiness back into my life. However, rumors soon reached me that my ex-girlfriend had become an adult film actress. Unable to believe it, I had to see it for myself. What I witnessed shattered me. The person I once knew was now a mere shell, devoid of the soul I once cherished. Around 2 years after opening my gym, things were going well for me. Membership was growing steadily, and life seemed to be moving forward. But then, the news reached me. My ex-girlfriend had self-deleted herself. The moment I received that devastating information, chills ran down my spine, and I rushed home, sitting on the floor of my shower, weeping uncontrollably. To this day, the guilt lingers within me, and I can't help but feel that I could have done something. No matter what my therapist tells me, the pain and regrets weighed heavily in my heart, a constant reminder of a love lost and the profound impact our shared journey had on both our lives. Thank you for making it to the end of this video. Please share your opinion on the comment section and don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you and